Oh boy, we're back. We're back with Prismaticism versus Jonathan.
Wait, this is Jonathan from PPG. This is my goat back from my Naruto Chrono Clash days. Jonathan is easily one of the best card game players that I've ever personally got the chance to interact with. I've also seen him in Digimon and pick up One Piece here and there. He is definitely one of the most well-rounded card game players. This is going to be a really good match. I'm very excited to see Prismat take on Jonathan for sure.
Yeah, this is going to be a special one for sure. We watched a little bit of Prismat yesterday, and his deck didn't really take off, but I'm excited to see if it does here against Kaisa Survivor.
Yeah, I'm very excited. So it looks like they both start off with Yordles, and then Prismat is able to get the turn back. Very interested to see how this plays out. I'm sure Prismat has run into a lot of Kaisa and a lot of Andy today. I'm very interested to see how he fares into a 7-1 Kaisa.
Yes, he's going to go ahead and add that Teemo to his hand. I believe that's how that works.
Yep, off of the legend ability, yes, sir.
And now he is positioned to move into a battlefield, but this is one of those matchups where, like, I think you had mentioned that controlling the battlefields is just super important because of those hidden synergies. So right now he doesn't have that. So
yeah.
We'll see if he's able to do that even through the endless removal that Kaisa seems to play.
Nothing really too crazy that's really happening right now. We saw the Falling Star, of course. I think something that was interesting about Prismat's play yesterday was it did seem like he was struggling to get onto the board and establish kind of his setup for the Teemo playstyle. I'm wondering if he's going to be able to do that a little bit better today, because obviously we just saw him try to move in and instantly be met with the Hex Tech Ray.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a cookage right there, but
and
he's
then
got
hard playing the Tide Turner after the Ember Monk. Yeah, you definitely want to try your best to start getting onto these battlefields.
Yeah, he's definitely how do you say it? I lost my train of thought. Oh, he's struggling if you're playing Tide Turner like for no effect, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I see the Yordle move in. Kaiser's currently at 2-0 on Prismat's Teemo.
I like that foil. That's a cool one. I think that's like a promo one, right? The student.
Yes, the Nexus Knight promo.
Nexus Knight promo. If you guys want one of those beautiful students, either check out PPG Pro Play Games or go to a Nexus Knight, I guess.
Yes,
I don't know. Those aren't for sale, are they? You might not be able to buy those, actually.
Oh no, they sell them like in singles and stuff, yeah.
Oh, okay. They sell them for singles. Okay. I was gonna say that you might have to actually win those, but who knows? Check out the store anyway.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so Jonathan able to conquer with Ravenbloom student, scoring him his 3rd point before passing back to Prismaticism. Both battlefields are currently occupied. Jonathan does have 6 runes active, so clearly anytime Prismat tries to make a move to conquer these battlefields and set up, Jonathan is going to have something waiting for him to make sure that he does not get on these battlefields at all.
Yeah. This is this looks like a very frustrating situation to be in as Prismat, but
yeah, absolutely.
Here comes a big spell, Singularity.
Very good spell, but we are going to see the retreat come in, targeting the Yordle, adding it back to hand, which will be nice because he will be able to just slam it down next turn and show himself another card.
This is finally giving Prismat the opportunity to not only score his first few points, but to establish himself on these battlefields.
Yes,
maybe recycle a few runes and hide a few cards. So, or just one card, really.
Yeah, because we don't have access to Bandletree yet. That's definitely more of a game 2 battlefield for Teemo players for sure.
Yeah, although technically he could put one into each of them and then hide one in each of them. Yeah, I could see something like that. But yeah, I think the hidden card mechanic is so interesting.
Oh, play Hex Tech Ray on the
No.
I turn it. Yeah, this is exactly what I was saying. When Jonathan's sitting there with 6 runes active, like he is just waiting for Prismat to try something.
Yeah, he really is saying, try me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I think
wonder if
Prismat's
Prismat is even
I think he's being
willing to
cautious now because he knows that if he just goes into another showdown. Yeah, exactly. Holy dude.
Yeah.
Prismat still has yet to score a point in this game.
To
Hard playing the
TCG in the chat,
Teemo. That's rough. That's unfortunate.
that is not where you want to be.
Yeah.
To TCG in the chat, we are not covering the undefeated rounds. We are covering Prismat and Jonathan because they are still in contention for top cut, and they are playing. We haven't seen Teemo yet on stream, so
Not today. Yeah.
Yeah, but there is still undefeated rounds going on.
Yep. Probably just want to give you guys some more diversity. Not I know a lot of people were requesting Teemo. A lot of people were requesting Prismat in particular, just because he is kind of a figure and a pillar in the community that a lot of people enjoyed watching his feature match last week or yesterday. And now we get to bring him back again since he is once again at these top tables. We do see the Yordle come down on Jonathan's end again. That was retreated last turn on play, allowing him to draw another card, finishing out his turn, fully tapped out as he passes it back to Prismat, who currently has 9 runes up with a hard played Teemo from last turn, only a 1 might unit. But he might move that Teemo into Zon Warrens, maybe get some filtering going, play a hidden card in another unit, and potentially add the Teemo back to his hand.
Yeah, getting a nice loot here is, and getting his first point here is also pretty nice.
Oh, we see the main deck Mundo in Prismat's hand. Very interesting.
That may be something he is going to need in order to take control of this game, because otherwise the late game is definitely going to be favoring the deck with the 3 copies of Watcher and the
Absolutely
time warps as well. So,
and maybe it wasn't the worst thing in the world that all the Prismat's units were getting killed by Jonathan, because now that Mundo is going to be a really, really big unit because of how many cards are in the discard.
Yeah, I believe he starts off at 6 might, but there's already 6 cards in the trash, and so right now he's 12 might unit, which is kind of obscene.
Yeah, definitely for sure.
What is his ability though? I know he has an ability.
It's it's like you said, his might is however many cards in the trash, his might is that much bigger. But at the start of your beginning phase, he does have to recycle 3 runes from your trash every beginning phase.
Oh, so he doesn't stay huge.
No. I mean, he'll go from 12 to 9, and that's still bigger of a threshold than what Kai'Sa's can deal with. So it should at least allow him to stabilize for sure.
Yeah, and Jonathan critically here at 9 runes, not 10, means he cannot time warp this turn. I think it's
a Keegan Rain though that I see.
Ooh, that is
yeah,
pretty
and
good.
A 12 might Mundo is exactly in a Keegan Rain range.
Yeah.
Being able to clear this battlefield would be huge. All right, so we see the Stupefy come down. Targeting Mundo, I'm assuming.
Yeah, most definitely.
Ooh, another Stupefy here going into a Keegan Rain so that he can clear the Mundo and the Teemo, forcing the hidden card to be flipped could be huge. Yep, which is I think is exactly what we're going to see.
And he has to recycle, I believe, 2 more runes, correct?
Yeah, because it's 3 total, but 1 off the Kai'Sa.
Oh my. This is disgusting.
Yep. And these Teemo players, they normally do have a lot of hidden units at their battlefield for sure, but a lot of them do like to bluff that and flip a lot of Consult the Pasts. So it's going to be very interesting to see.
Wait, what happened? Why didn't he
Yeah, I
take
thought
out
he
the
had,
Teemo?
isn't it? Yeah, am I mistaken? I thought the Mundo was a 10 might unit, Acacian rate is 6 2 times, or
Teemo might
2 6 times.
Does he buff himself when there's something hidden there? I don't
know.
No,
he buffs himself when he's revealed it hidden.
Oh.
Did he not target Mundo with Stupefy? Am I mistaken? I must just be missing something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
That was weird. It was also weird he didn't move into the Reaver's Row. Oh no, he moved back out of the Reaver's Roar. That's right. He moved the Kaisa out of it. So he'd already scored that battlefield this turn. Here comes another Yordle.
Interesting. Oh, so people are saying that he did do all 6 targets on Mundo, just in case Prismat flipped the hidden card, because it would now be in trash that he would be 1 more, so he would have to deal it 6 times anyway.
That's why he's X-1 right now, and we are commentating.
Oof.
Oh,
Singularity's been
my
putting
goodness.
work in today, and it was indeed a Consult the Past. So good play on Jonathan, playing around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan is just totally in control right now.
He's dominating.
Yeah, that Mundo was definitely in there to try and help stabilize Prismat, but I mean, what, it lasted a turn, and Jonathan was almost instantly able to respond to it and deal with it, and then deal with Prismat's follow-ups.
This has been very one-sided game.
Mm-hmm. Jonathan just has like every single answer for Prismat so far.
And he's at 7 points now, and
yeah,
Prismat has to like make something happen here.
I mean, for like, I'm surprised Prismat is in it as much as he is, because we saw like for the first 5 points of Jonathan's, every single time Prismat tried to move into the battlefield, Jonathan instantly reacted with a kill spell for every single unit. And then he was finally able to stabilize off of bringing out Mundo, and it was just instantly double stupefied to Kathian Rain. Jonathan just had everything. Like I said, Prismat is playing through so much. The fact that like he even has a unit still on board is pretty impressive.
True. It speaks to the resources, like the ability to maintain resources in this Teemo deck.
Absolutely.
Especially with that what is the card that draws 2? The hidden card?
Consult the Past.
Consult the Past. Just keeping the hand size high.
Yep.
And yeah, in this case, he's gonna try to use that sprite to take down the Kaisa.
And Jonathan does have 1 rune up, so we do see the Stupefy. All right, so Kaisa should drop down to 3, and Sprite Token is 2, I believe.
The Sprite Token is 3. So
Sprite Token is 3 as well. Gotcha. So currently looking at a trade, probably going to see another Hextech Ray.
It could also be a retreat that he's considering there.
True, very true. It is a retreat. You're right. Yep, I see the blue in the front.
Yeah, because the Hextech Ray would just be no contest. You would just fire that off and save your Kaisa. But
I think they're letting it go.
Okay.
Consult the Past while in the showdown.
To try and find maybe something else.
Yeah,
there's a stacked deck. He's going to fire off the stacked deck. Makes sense. Stacked deck is so good.
Yeah. I saw him like scoop multiple cards in his hand. I was like, hello, that's not what stack deck does, but yes, sir. It is. Yeah, but they were just scooping it up. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Prismat played very, very well, but when every single unit on every single attempt to go into a battlefield is just instantly nuked, you're gonna have a hard time. Like, absolutely, for sure.
Yeah, that did not look close. Actually, kind of like, if that's how the average game goes against Kaisa, I'm surprised he's 6-1, because that was like,
I don't think that's your average Kaisa Teemo match. I very much think Jonathan just like had every single answer at the perfect time.
Yeah,
I do not expect game 2 to go like that, and I think, especially after sideboarding, I expect this game 2 to go drastically different and potentially even in Prismaticism's favor.
Yeah, I think it's interesting too, because that Mundo, had it stuck around, possibly could have stabilized for him. I think that could have been the difference maker, but just having the perfect answer for that, it really, really was impossible for him to ever like try to establish anything that entire game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's Doolin says in the chat that the way Kaisa lists are tailoring themselves to be Annie makes it difficult for Teemo. That could also be true with the singularities and whatnot.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because I know Kaisa doesn't typically play too much singularity in the main, but they've gone up to more because of the Annie matchup.
That makes sense. I mean, Singularity, I think, definitely is like one of the MVPs. Singularity and Stack Deck have to be like 2 of the cards that we've seen used the most this this weekend for sure. Like whether it be kind of dig for cards, like, and the singularities come in like amazing situations, like being able to clear 2 units and just totally put your opponent back has definitely been worth like the 6 energy 2 power cost for sure.
Facts.
Absolutely phenomenal cards.
Even matchups where we've seen it, like where it should by all means not be a great card. We saw
Yeah,
it take down the Tasty Fey Folk and the Master Yi in one fell swoop in one of the games earlier, and it ended up winning the player who played the Singularity just instantly the match. I think it was the
yeah,
Victor player who played it. Um, but like the fact that it's even good in the situations where it's like not the best
yeah,
is still like testament to how powerful that card is.
yeah.
And I expect to see a lot more of that into the meta moving forward, especially if like
Oh yeah,
Annie
absolutely.
continues to be as dominant. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just it kind of ruins it for the rest of us because now if you have multiple units on board, if they're 6 might or lower, you are not safe going forward.
Yeah,
Not
you're
at all. And
getting
even like
nuked.
in I think you're right. It was in the Victor Master Yi matchup that we saw today. That Master Yi player played right into a perfect singularity after he had a Tasty Fey Folk on one battlefield and he had the Master Yi chosen champion in the other, and he was totally tapped out, so he couldn't defend himself. And when that singularity came down, it was basically just GG's in favor of the victor. Card is
Yeah,
absolutely doing numbers this weekend for sure.
yeah. It makes me wonder, because Prismat also did play his Singularity as well,
Yeah.
but his was much lower value. It hunted down a student and a, or no, it might not have been a student. I think it was a student and a Yordle that had already gotten value,
Yeah.
and that just feels like if you're on the receiving end or on the not the receiving end, but on the if you're forced to use your Singularity first, which has been also kind of the story of this weekend with regards to like being forced to use your cards first in the mirror match,
Yeah,
then
exactly. It is definitely a unfortunate situation to be in for sure.
yeah, trading not so great into the openers, and it's more ideal for the mid to late game closers.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right,
Hmm.
so it looks like we do have Bandletree here with, I believe, Targon's Peak as the battlefield for Jonathan on Kaisa. Prismat, I'm assuming, will be going first, hoping to establish on these battlefields, get some hidden cards early, something that he was struggling with, obviously, in game one. And it's definitely the same issue that he had yesterday when he was on stream. I think it's true. I think I've heard he's just has bad luck when he gets on stream, and I think that might be the case just because yesterday was a lot of what we saw game one, where he just could not get on a battlefield to establish his hidden cards. And that's kind of the point of Teemo. So if you can't hide your cards and like really lock down battlefields, you're gonna have a hard time.
I agree, but this game he's off to the races. He's going first. He's got the merchant down,
Yep.
and merchant can help him filter as well. Maybe discard some of those less than ideal cards and find him some
Yeah,
stuff to help secure that position that he's going to have.
absolutely. Interesting. Opting not to move in the merchant. He was probably just afraid of the being met with a Hextech Ray, but at least the good thing about traveling merchant is it doesn't have to successfully conquer to get its ability. It still discards and draws one on the movement itself.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see if Jonathan tries to punish Prismat for not moving into Bandletree instantly. Obviously, Targon's Peak is an amazing battlefield for either deck since both decks utilize spells and would like to have 2 runes active on the defense. But if he is able to conquer Bandletree early and stop Prismat from hiding multiple cards in the battlefield, it could be kind of rough for Prismaticism. But we do see him move into Targon's at the end of the turn. He will ready the 2 runes and then bring in the chosen champion Kaisa, not accelerated, before passing it back to Prismat.
I like the not accelerated move here because Jonathan realizes he's already in the lead just by moving into the Targons, and
Yeah.
then he wants to preserve his rune advantage. I think the runes are going to become a critical resource in these sort of showdowns during this type of blue mirror match, just due to the nature of like Singularity itself specifically. So
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
there is consideration for Jonathan to maybe want to rush that Kaisa in because of Singularity.
Mhm.
Because losing the Kaisa for no value is going to feel kind of bad.
Absolutely. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
we shall
No,
see.
which is
There it
exactly
is.
like you say. Yes, sir.
Wait, no, he
Oh, yeah,
discarded
we
it.
do get the
He looted it.
is Hextech oh, he no, he didn't loot it. No, I think, am I tripping?
Yeah, he
Oh, he
looted it with the
discarded off the
merchant.
merchant. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm so
wait.
used to seeing the discards off the Zon Warrens today that discard off of the traveling merchant going in the conqueror, but we do see the Hextech Ray instantly grab onto it.
Why did he not use the singularity to just pop both those guys? Am I tripping?
He might just not have wanted to exhaust all of his resources because he wanted to tap so that he could play hidden cards. That being said, though, if this Kaisa comes in, like we see like a cleave or something, this could be big.
Yeah,
Because
I don't know.
I'm assuming at least one of them might be a Consult the Past. Well, there's the hard play Consult the Past. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think maybe taking out the Kaisa before he gets a chance to draw is pretty good, but
I think Prismat just wants to get on the board. Because
yeah,
we do see the Ember
for
Monk and
sure.
2 hidden cards. So bare minimum, what is it? I don't think Ember Monk is a once per turn. I think it'll get a +2 for each hidden card that's flipped to this battlefield. Even if one of them is a Consult the Past, it could be really good. Hopefully another one of them is a hidden unit. That way it will be able to combat this Yordle or even Bloom Student Kaisa Onslaught that could potentially come next turn. We do see the Tide Turner come down, attempting to switch with Ember Monk. Very interesting, but at least it does not move. And of course, after it's moved, since it is not exhausted, he is able to move right into Targon, so that at the end of the turn, Targon will trigger and will be able to ready 2 of the runes. This goes through. That's another 2 points for Prismat. 1 off Hold, 1 off of Conquer.
Okay. That is something. It's actually not bad. I don't hate his position. I'm going to be honest, I don't hate it. I'm beginning to see why he discarded the singularity and like just prioritized advancing his position a little bit more.
Oh, one of my buddies in my Discord is telling me about his matchups in Orlando right now. In order of rounds, Annie, Kaisa, Annie. That is absurd how many Annie are in this tournament right now.
Dude, that is crazy.
Yeah. But we do see
the deck's good.
Consult the Past be flipped, drawing Prismat 2 more cards.
Yes. Let's see what this is going to be. We got 4 runes.
Another one.
Another monk.
A nice Ember Monk. Nice.
To help reinforce the...
And then tapping 1 for Teemo Legends' ability to play a hidden card at both battlefields.
Okay, Prismat's firmly in control now. He's firmly in control. I'm beginning to see how the deck actually works, because I think in the last 2 matches of us watching him,
he wasn't able to get on there.
Oh my goodness.
That's gonna do numbers. Goodbye hidden cards.
Oh no.
Yeah, he can at least react to the on play, since it is an on play ability. So he does get the draw from Consult. Ember Monk will trigger going up to 6. But yeah, for the rest of this turn, this looked bad. Phenomenal side deck.
What a side deck. I mean, this card is for Annie predominantly, but again, it's not going to be...
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, you just got to trigger everything, right?
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's not bad. You got to play all 3.
So now he has two more +4 units. Both of the Ember Monks have now triggered. So just off the Ember Monks and Teemo's alone, that's 10 might, plus the 2 of the Tide Turner. Not a bad board state. And of course, he does have... Well, he has 2 runes up, but he can't play cards because of Brinier. So this is going to be... It's going to be a big turn. But Stupefy. Yeah, might as well. Just burn all the resources while you can. Try to preemptively defend yourself before Jonathan starts to move in and start activating showdowns.
You know what's interesting is I actually don't even know if Jonathan can do all that much now. That's a lot of might.
Oh, that's correct. Ember Monk is not a once per turn effect. So the Ember Monk at the other battlefield is 2. Yeah, it's like the one is 8 and the other is 6.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Okay, let's see what Jonathan can do, because
it's very much present. Like that Bernier is basically like, you're going to show me everything that you can do right now, and then I can deal with the board without any surprises coming up. I know exactly what I have to play into, so that I can attempt to clear this to the best of my ability.
So I believe the
10.
monks...
Oh, I didn't realize the Ember Monk saw at the other locations too.
Yeah, I believe they get from any hidden. Yeah.
Yeah, I just assumed that I was at that location. All right, thank you, chat. Appreciate you. All right, let's see. So do you see 1 cleave in hand at least? So I think your main goal in this turn is probably get rid of both Ember Monks. So we do see both players double stupefying this turn. Is he even able to clear this with only one rune left? I mean, we have the cleave, which is what I'm assuming is going to go on to like the Kaiser or something.
I think he might be able to like trade off some units, but I don't think he can get through either of the Ember Monks and the remaining units at those battlefields. Like, I think
This is
just a
absurd to
pass.
try and keep track of.
Yeah, this is just a pass, and because it looks like they took all the dice off, so I'm assuming Jonathan is passing here, right?
There's no way.
Dang. I thought that was going to be an insane.
I thought that was going to be
sideboard
like a game-defining turn there for sure. I
in
thought
a
we were gonna
way.
see a lot of, but then the Ember Monks I think was just way too big. I think when Prismat was like, yeah, these Ember Monks are +6, Jonathan was like, you know what? I think we're cool right now.
It's funny. It's like he pulled up and he was like trying to get into a fight with this guy, and the guy took off his shirt and he's just shredded, and he's like, actually, you know what? I'll pass
Yeah,
turn.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
Yeah, he's like, actually, I think I'm gonna head home. Oh my goodness. Prismaticism should up his dice here to 5. He is at 5 points.
Yep, if he is at 5. Again, this is one of those things where like he's not really keeping paying attention to the score. He's just trying to be like, okay, how do I deal with this board state right now? So we do see the Teemo come back to hand based off of the Teemo Legend ability. And then now that he doesn't have any hidden cards anymore, he still can do 2 on Bandletree and 1 on Targans, which is going to be really nice.
Yes. What's interesting here is I didn't know the Brenier could be responded to. I thought it was just
because you can only react to spells and abilities, and it's not like a static effect. I think it's like when I'm played this turn. So because it's an on play effect, you can react to it.
That makes it a lot worse than
I think they had to make it fair though. If you couldn't react to it, then like it's kind of just like absurdly broken.
Kind of a shutout card for sure.
Yeah.
But I do see why it's played. I mean, it is going to be still good against Annie, and it did like force all the things to be flipped up, right? But this situation, interesting.
I think it's still good. It's just not as when it got revealed. I think a lot of people were like, "This card is broken." But then when the realization that you can react to the on play ability, it definitely made it a little worse for sure.
So here comes the retreat plus the Brenier again, but this just puts you in the same position. He's just going to flip his guys.
Yeah.
And you have the same units you had last time, and what are you going to do? Just pass the turn again? I don't.
This is going to be so weird. They're just going to build like massive armies and then eventually just throw them into each other. And Prisma's now on 7. Jonathan has to start moving.
Oh, no. Jonathan's cooked, bro. This game is done for Jonathan because
he might have to take the Brenier out because like high key doesn't even seem like it's worth it. He more or less just passed for 2 turns.
Yeah, it actually didn't do anything. Yeah. He may be main decking it. I did when I was going through a lot of the Kaiser lists earlier in the tournament. A lot of people were main decking 1 Brenier, which is interesting. It's got to be a response to all the Annie that they were expecting.
Chad has a good idea. Keegan Rain here would be absurd. And at least he got like Jonathan's gotten rid of what, like 5 hidden cards in the last 2 turns at least, which is really nice. And Bandletree currently only has 1 unit on it because 2 of the hidden cards like generate the sprite tokens.
Yeah.
A Keegan Rain could be big here. Do we know if he has a Keegan Rain in hand? Do we have a Time War?
Time War might be useful.
I don't think it's enough for Time War. Yeah, it was Mundo instead. Big boy Mundo.
This Mundo is absolutely huge. She's going to be, I think, 16 might.
And then what is that? I think that's the signature spell. Yeah, getting back the hidden cards.
The mushroom, yeah.
Yep. This has got to be one of the weirdest games that we've seen this weekend. I don't think I've ever seen this many units on 2 boards.
This is definitely the most stalemated game that we've seen.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I'll reword it. This is the most units I've seen on a board outside of token decks, I think.
Yeah. We definitely saw more technical units like recruits, but
exactly.
Like actual hard cast units, this is the widest the boards have gone so far.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Cosmic Play behind Jonathan. Shout out to the Cookie Run team.
Shout out Cookie Run in general. And shout out to PPG for putting on the premier Cookie Run event.
Yes, sir. All right, Jonathan, let's see it.
Do we have a big boy payoff? Is there a time warp? Is there a
If he's able to come back from this, I'll be super impressed.
I would be too.
And he's like, nope, we can go game 3.
Yeah, but he is up a game, and he does get to go first in game 3. So,
Yes, sir.
and now he knows, I think, a little bit better how that deck works. So,
Yeah, especially in the hands of someone like Prismaticism, because that was absurd.
yeah, knowledge is power.
Very crazy. Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Man, what a match! This has
Yeah,
been a
for sure.
real
And these
crazy
have been
back and forth.
like both game 1 and game 2 felt like pretty much like blowouts. And like
Absolute
I'm
blowouts.
very interested to see how they prepare, because now we've seen what both of these decks can do in this matchup at full power. I'm very interested to see what they bring to the table game 3.
Yeah, me too.
Very fun to watch.
I wonder how they're gonna go back and forth with each other, because both games were like just so one-sided. And after the first game, I was like, "There's no way Teemo can win this matchup." That's how I felt after the first game. And then
Yeah, because he just got like swiftly handled, and I was like, oof.
yeah, and then after the second game, I was like, "There's no way Kaisa can win this matchup." Like that's
Yeah,
how bad
exactly.
it was.
And like
It
I
was
said, the
so
Greniers
different.
were just like, in theory, it was good, and then Prismat's like, let me just flip everything, and then now you can't, like, Jonathan couldn't deal with his board, he couldn't interact with it.
Yeah,
And then he basically passed, and when he retreated and played the Grenier again, and Prismat was like, okay, I'm just gonna hide everything and like rebuild, and then force you to deal with an even bigger board than you couldn't deal with last turn. And it was definitely just rough.
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a tough one to.
I'm very interested to see how they tweak their list to go into this game 3.
Me
For
too.
sure, because it can
Me too,
genuinely
me
go
too.
either way. We've seen that it can go either way. It just depends on like how it goes. I'm assuming Jonathan's going to go first, and again, if he can like set up before, and if he can play similar to game 1, where he's able to deal with every single one of Prismat's attempts to get on battlefield, he should be in a good position. That being said, though, like that requires him to draw as insanely good as he did in game 1 against Prismaticism.
Yes, I do have some brief updates, some fun updates. We do have Colin Kaiser winning round 8, moving on to 7-1 with
Victor.
Set.
Oh, Set. Oh,
Yeah, with Set.
interesting.
So we have not watched Set a single time this entire tournament.
Yes,
we may
sir.
be getting
Yes,
that for
sir.
our round 9 feature.
Yes, sir.
So he's moving on to 7-1. We've got Nathaniel Snyder winning his match already, moving on to 7-1 with Annie. We've got Taylor Mock winning their match, also with Annie at 7-1. Our undefeated table is still playing it out between Matthew and George. That's going to be Kaisa versus Annie. And then we've got the other undefeated who is on Misfortune lost to Annie, and there's one undefeated that is on Misfortune that is playing against Misfortune in the Misfortune Mirror. So, yeah, it looks like a lot of these matches are starting to get wrapped up. But if I'm looking
or game 3,
if I'm looking at Jonathan's list, he is not main decking the Berniers, so he's probably going to take them back out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, that felt like it felt like he was just passing 2 turns in a row and just was not it.
Especially because if I'm looking at his sideboard right now, the other 6 cards in his sideboard are good in this matchup. So like he could just bring in any of those instead and probably be fine. So yeah. All right. Both players resolving their mulligans are getting underway.
Camp. Interesting. Is that War Camp and Star Tip? Very interesting. Oh, we have the Bernier still in hand for Jonathan. I guess he didn't sign him out.
Yeah. Interesting choice. Especially after last game. That was a decision for sure. Here comes the Poro. The student and the return the Teemo to the hand. Jonathan's game, this game is going to be all about controlling those battlefields, like you had said multiple times throughout the stream.
Mm-hmm.
The battlefields make or break this Teemo deck.
Okay.
Student is ready to take action, but Jonathan has all of his mana open. He elected not to play Kaisa. he decided to just hold up the reactions or the actions to make sure that Prismaticism could never get a footing in one of these battlefields.
Mhm. Yeah, it does seem like he's at least, at the very least, bluffing that he's gonna put Prismaticism through the ringer again, the exact way he did in game 1. But if you're Prismat, I mean, how do you not have PTSD after that first game? When you're
Yeah,
staring down just all open runes in an open battlefield, like, you're gonna be very cautious about moving in.
yeah,
Alright, let's see per everybody. See, stuff like this is why I play green. Being able to have Defy to, like, at least protect yourself a little bit is really nice.
yeah. Getting guarantees is always nice. Just being like,
Yeah.
okay, I know I can act into this open runes.
Yeah, we see the Sprite Mother come down. Bringing out the token, reinforce, or attempting to go at the Poro.
Yeah, I thought the same thing you did too. At first, I thought, oh, he's reinforcing.
Yeah,
No,
that's a red card. But we
he
do
is
see the Void Seeker come
hunting.
down, killing the Sprite, allowing Jonathan to draw a card.
Now here comes the student. Are we gonna give? Ooh, stack deck to bump up the student.
Yep.
And stack deck is so good.
Yes, sir.
As per Prismaticism, I'm not even really sure what you're looking for here, but just pumping up the student is good because it'll give you a contest on the Poro. However,
Yeah.
he may want to go into the open battlefield just to like. What do you think?
I think he wants to get rid of the Poro. If there's a Stupefy to trade, I think he's fine with this trade right here.
That's true. I think just getting the battlefield secured may have been good if you wanted to hide stuff, but he's
For
very
sure.
rune light, so
I think he's aware that obviously after game 1, Jonathan has the ability to just totally control his field and stop him from smashing out units. So I think Prismat is doing a good job of trying to combat that and meet Jonathan there. And I think he valued the ability to stop Jonathan from going wide over moving forward with his game plan just yet. Obviously, we see Kaisa come out nonetheless, but only giving Jonathan 1 battlefield as opposed to 2 could be really, really big. That being said, we saw a Stupefy, we saw a Void Seeker, and now Kaisa. That's 3 draws in addition to the draw for turn this turn. So Jonathan's hand has to be huge. So even though Prismat is doing a good job of meeting Jonathan in the middle and trading these units, Jonathan, with access to all the accelerate units and the draw power that he has access to as a Kaisa player, he needs to be very, very careful that he just doesn't run out of gas in an attempt to do these trades with Jonathan, because we've seen this all day today and even yesterday. When you try to go bar for bar with Kaisa and Annie, even though it might look good in the beginning and you're able to slow them down from bringing out units, they will eventually just have more cards in hand than you, and they'll be able to start slamming more and more things down, and you will not be able to keep that tempo.
facts. It's just like once you get to that point where you're like kind of even on board, but they're just like drowning you in card advantage. That's really
Exactly.
not where
That's
you want to be.
exactly, yeah, for sure. And we've seen that so much this weekend.
Yeah,
Luckily, Prismat, of course, we know that he runs Consult the Past, but he, of course, still needs to get on these battlefields. I don't think he really wants to be hard casting these Consult the Past for 4 every single time that he wants to draw cards. I think he would definitely much rather hide them with Teemo. That way, it's just 1 as opposed to 4, and then flip them over on his opponent's turn. That way, he can continue to work towards his game plan, get on these battlefields, hide cards, and then while he's interacting with Jonathan's board state, not lose the resource game because he's flipping things like Consult the Past.
Yeah, he's getting really good mana rate on the hidden cards, or not mana rate, but a really good rune rate on the hidden cards because he can play them at such a discounted cost.
Exactly.
So that's kind of like where he starts to pull ahead. But the only way he can get to that point is by at first winning a battlefield. And
Exactly.
as you can see here, he's like really deep in the tank. He's trying to figure out how to win and then hold one of these battlefields through everything that Kaisa can throw at him.
Yeah, Hextech Ray is a real card in this matchup. And like in these small early interactions, like this is exactly what gave Jonathan game 1. Like we saw something move in Void Seeker, something move in Hextech Ray, and it's just like so overwhelming. And we're seeing Prismat bring out the token or going into the Kaisa, very interesting. So throwing 5 or 6 currently at the 4 my Kaisa. We do see the Hextech Ray take out the Sprite Mother, and then the Sprite Token is not big enough to take out the Kaisa. So we simply see Prismat play down a Raven Bloom student, once again not being able to take any battlefield before passing it back to Jonathan, who now does have 7 runes open. Drops the Falling Star, taking out both of Prismat's units.
Oh no.
Holy, and Jonathan, I believe, is currently at 3 off of holding at start tipped, playing his own Raven Bloom student before passing it back to Prismat, who once again does not have any units on board and is in control of neither battlefield.
I think Jonathan has correctly assessed the situation.
Mhm.
He says, I can never, ever, ever let Prismat stick in a
Exactly.
battlefield. Not even
100%.
once. Never allow it. And as long as that happens, Jonathan is clear for victory. But if
I will
that
say, though, I'm impressed by how much token generation Prismat has in here, because he realizes that he has to just get on one of these boards as soon as he conquers a battlefield, where he conquers his first one here at Star Tipped, getting him his first point of this game. Once he's established, he's able to start hiding cards. Hopefully, he does have access to hidden units so that when these sprite tokens die, he can flip them over and still maintain control of these battlefields.
the chat is saying it's weird that he didn't move into the war camp, and I was thinking that kind of as well.
I think he wanted to at least. He probably thought that he was gonna not be able to maintain at war camp, so he wanted to at least take a stab at taking out the Kaisa. But obviously that did not go his way. Now he lost 2 units, and oh my goodness,
That's a watcher.
here comes the Watcher.
Eesh.
All right, so token goes to 1. Excuse me. Ember Monk is currently at 1. I'm sure once that hidden card flips, of course, they'll jump to 3. I think if I'm Jonathan, I'm pushing in a start tip. Yeah, I'm going to try and stop this. All right, so we see Teemo jump to 4. So 3, there's 7 just between Teemo and Ember Monk. Perfect targets. Then we see Kaisa come in, clean up start tip by taking out the Sprite token, conquering, getting Jonathan his 4th point, and drawing Jonathan another card. Jonathan is just doing a phenomenal job of just coming in here and just making sure Prismat does not build any momentum. And once again, Prismat, I think, is still doing a phenomenal job. Like, he is not just like sitting there taking it. He's able to like continuously put out units, even though Jonathan is clearing them away every single turn. Hopefully one of these units being Traveling Merchant will help him filter, draw into something that could potentially help. And down comes the Acathian Rain, and Prismat only has 1 card in hand.
I've been watching
Jonathan
him slip, bro. He's slipping. He's just like, why? Why me? Why on stream? Why again on stream?
I think we should not have Prismat on on feature match for day 3, because we are just bringing this dude bad luck.
I feel bad. I feel like this is somehow our fault. Yeah.
Wow, Jonathan is just hitting everything he needs to hit in these matches.
To be fair,
holy,
Prismat's deck actually performed in one of the games today.
It did. It went nuts. We definitely got to at least see it showcased.
Yeah, and he's not just cooked here. He does have a few more chances to maybe claw back into this one, but
yep. And at least he does grab back. What's nice about the Guerrilla Warfare is it grabs back hidden cards. And what's really nice about these hidden cards is, of course, they are dual threat, so he can just hard play these units as regular units. So he can still maintain somewhat of a board presence. As we do see that Kaisa gets another hold point on star tipped, putting Jonathan to 6 to Prismat's 1.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
I don't think he has enough for it.
Does he not have enough for it?
No, we already saw 1. What is the 1 tap for? Okay, so he's just gonna go Acathian Rain.
You know, he's just gonna
double Acathian Rain, Time Warp, and 1,000-Tail Watcher in hand. Holy!
Right. Well, we know he has a Time Warp now, so that could be.
Jonathan's just trying to flex on stream, dude. Holy!
He's just like, okay, I've got expensive cards in my deck. Please,
brother, relax. Jonathan, relax, dude.
Okay, Prismat, what can you make happen here? Is there a Watcher off the top? Was that a Watcher off the top? Okay.
Okay, Prismat, you're in it, brother.
Okay, he's back.
Oh,
he's back.
Smoke. All right, no smoke screen. Yeah, no smoke screen.
No smoke screen. Okay. Okay, pause.
Let's go 2. We have 3 up still.
Hide
we know that we have a hidden card in hand. I think, what is it, Sprite Call in hand?
It's, Sprite Call. Okay, let's see. Darius plus Spell. That should do it. Oh, just
His
his
own
own.
watcher can do it too.
And then he'll play it readied. And that's going to give the watcher -3. That's going to score him up to 7. Well, this is going to be played during the showdown.
Right call, yeah. But then we just see a Hextech
This
Ray
is a
kill it.
Hextech Ray.
And then no cards in Prismat's hand. Holy.
Then here comes the main, not main phase 2. She passes
Yu-Gi-Oh
the turn.
players.
I know, I'm so cooked, bro. I'm so brain rotted.
Top deck the watcher?
Not quite.
I mean,
That's going to be the match.
Yeah. I think that was a fist bump, right?
Yeah,
That was a conceded fist bump.
Oh my gosh.
Holy.
What a game. He played double Watcher, double Acathian Rain, triple Hextech Ray. Oh my, and he had to fight through all of it.
I'm so sorry, Prismat, for forcing you on stream again, brother. We'll try to dodge you next tomorrow so you don't get the bad luck.
That was disgusting. That was
absurd, dude. He had every response, every single thing that he needed to stop Prismat.
Guys, welcome back to yet another interview with a great player next to me who just took it down to be X-1 going into his last round, which should pretty much lock you up for top. So congratulations, Jonathan, first of all.
Thank you.
So talk to me a little bit. First of all, we know each other. We're Pope guys, but I'm a little sad. You took down the skirmish playing set. I was like, damn, this guy's the set guy. He's a set believer. And then you bust out the Kaisa. What's going on, brother?
Well, I went to Houston with Set. The issue is that I was doing very well. Andrew is my main partner, testing partner, so I was doing very well in the game.
I hear he's okay. I hear he's all right.
He's like an okay player. But he did tell me, like, Set is really good into Kaisa, but you have to draw really good.
Sure.
Because, you have to draw, multiple showstoppers, multiple, the good cards to be able to beat it. And
Kaisa says every card is good.
I was just happen to do that. But in Houston, I lost 2 Kaisas, and it was like, I don't know. Then I came here. I was like, Andrew did very well on Houston. I was like, this deck is solid because of we're playing the Get Excited. We're playing the Thunder, whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing a more
Flip a little bit.
Sorry,
yeah,
we're playing a more not controlly, but yeah, because the main issue that we thought coming into this tournament was gonna be Annie, Kaisa, and G probably. Sure. So yeah, we wanted to have a good matchup into at least 2 of those games, which is Kaisa and Annie. I don't think our matchups into those are very difficult. I mean, they're still good. Like, they're gonna be like a 50-50 matchups, but Kaisa never is down against any matchup. That's the one thing. So
she has so many bombs, so many outs, so many answers.
So yeah, then I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna play Kaisa.
I don't blame you. I was mad for a minute, but you're doing great, so I don't blame you, brother. Talk to me a little bit about the Teemo matchup, right? So is this something that you have experience on? I'm guessing you don't probably test against a ton of Teemo players.
Well, actually, I played Teemo locals. The first deck that I played was Teemo. I know Teemo is decent. He's really good. The issue is the Kaisa matchup. I tried before, on my locals.
Sure.
Everyone plays Kaisa on my locals.
Yeah. We go to the same one. I know.
I tried playing the 4-mana guy that you can move it with something, so you can play around the Ray. You can control a battlefield. You can get to 6, and then you can find a win.
Right.
But it's still it's always some kind of problem with that. It's just Kaisa is just too consistent. If they draw too much removal, it's just there is no way that you can beat the Teemo cannot beat Kaisa if they have too much removal. Right. And that's what happened game 1 and 3. I just drew too much removal for him to be able to handle anything.
Of course. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about game 2. So I know 1-3, it was all you. Game 2 was a little crazy, right? So I took a picture of it at one point. The board state was absolutely incredible. What are you thinking when there's all these things in play? You have all this math to crunch, all these numbers to break. Like, what is going through your head there?
The first thing that I didn't expect was for him to move the 4-drop back to the other base.
And then punch in, yeah.
Because maybe I should have kept something there, but I didn't have the mana. I wanted to develop something. And I wanted to play the Thunder so I can bait out removal, the traps for 1 turn.
Sure.
The problem is that he had 3 of the one that draws 2 cards.
Yeah.
So then he was able to fill every turn. He was able to just keep drawing cards, and it didn't matter that he had traps or he had two of the guys that just get pumped. So it was like I was just trying to wait them out, like turn after turn. But at some point, he just played a mundo on the back. I'm like, yeah, it's not possible.
Yeah, that was definitely crazy. And then obviously you took down game 3, but you are X1 today. So tell me, what was your loss, if you don't mind me asking?
G Aurora.
Oh, was it G Aurora? Okay.
Yeah,
was it a close one or?
No, I played between yesterday and today. I like to say like 8-9 Aurora decks.
Yeah, they've been everywhere today.
It's not a deck that is impossible to win against. It is your own favor if they see everything. But I feel like every deck is in favor if that deck is ramp into Aurora. Into,
of course.
Keep going.
Yeah.
I feel like every deck is in favor. We do have some lines after Cyber. We get more cards. All the cards in our Cyber are definitely coming in against a lot of the matchups. Or Cyber is more like those cards are really good, but like are better than any card in our deck. But we don't know which card exactly is the worst card in our deck in that scenario, because everything is functional against pretty much every deck. So it's just whatever you need for that matchup.
Makes sense. Well, I appreciate you taking time to hang with me for a minute. I wish you best of luck. Obviously, you're locked in, so tomorrow, top 16, I'll be rooting for you. And I hope to see you play set again in the future.
All right, thank you.
Thank you guys so much, and back to you guys.